welcome to A Window to Bourne. I'm your host, Mavis Robinson. My co-host, Captain, is here with me today. And joining me today is Peter Meier. Peter Meier, thank you for coming onto the show.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
And to say a little something about Peter before we get started, Peter is probably somebody that you're used to seeing on Bourne TV because he is a member of the Bourne Board of Selectmen. So you'll see him every Tuesday. I know that I will watch those Selectmen's meetings, and so we've seen the public Peter. We've seen him working for our town and doing town business. But it's time to get to know the Peter Meier's behind the scenes. So hi. So I like to start off just by finding out, where do you come from? Were you born in Bourne? Have you lived here all your life?
I'm a lifelong resident.
Okay.
I'm a product of the Bourne Public Schools. I graduated here in 1989.
Okay, yeah.
I went to Bishop Stang for 1 year back in 85, 86 when I was a freshman. Mm-hmm. It just, I don't know, it wasn't right for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But I had a great experience down there. You know, I don't regret it, but it was fun.
Yeah, yeah. So you were born in what neighborhood? What village did you grow up in?
I grew up in Buzzards Bay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I we had Toby Hospital 6 weeks early.
Oh wow, yeah.
I was 4 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, now look at me. I mean, I was probably about the size of my foot.
Yeah, yeah. 4 pounds is so tiny.
I mean, my daughter was a preemie.
Yeah.
And when she was born, and she was 5 weeks early, and she was almost 7 pounds.
Wow. So that runs in the family somehow.
Yeah, my sister's side too both had preemies. So it's, but.
So you have a sister. Do you have is it the two of you in the family?
Yes, Marie is 2 years younger than me, class of 91.
Okay.
Went on to Worcester Polytech. Mm-hmm. Where she got her bachelor's and master's degree in mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
And then she was in a male-dominant field. She excelled at it.
Yeah, especially back then in the early 90s. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
were you close growing up?
Yes. Yes, we were close, but she hated sports. I loved sports.
Yeah.
I never had the talent to play on any of the teams, but I was always a supporter at them.
Yeah, yeah.
Going and watching them.
Yeah.
And,
did you have favorite sports in high school or?
Baseball.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe McNee, who was my homeroom teacher, was also the baseball coach at the time, and he took me on in more of a managerial role. He knew I loved, being involved.
Yeah.
So, and without him, I probably wouldn't have made it through high school.
Really?
Oh yeah. He really made sure I was okay, and it was high school wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Academically, it wasn't so bad, but socially, it was.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Yeah, yeah. It felt like where did you go? Let's talk about where you went to. Did you go to People's School?
Yeah, I
okay.
Otis for kindergarten.
Okay.
First through 6th grade with People's, because by then, by the time 5th grade came around, the store would close and been converted to the library.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
I spent 5th and 6th grade at People's.
So I'm only a couple years older than you, but I must have been one of the last classes to be at Stoll School. So yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
and then with Paul Innes over at Cody for 7th and 8th grade, and then 9th grade at Bishop Stang, and 10, 11, and 12 with Bourne.
Okay, so to have to go from Bishop Stang, and then you're showing up as a sophomore at the high school. And I mean, the high school was pretty overwhelming when you had gone to that little tiny junior high school, and then it's suddenly twice as many kids or more. Yeah.
And it was different.
Yep.
But we all adapt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, back then, we had Ron Haley, who followed up from junior high up to the high school.
Yeah.
With Mr. McHugh.
Yeah, Mr. McHugh was great. Yeah.
And John Grondin.
Yep.
Bill Gibbons, Bobby Gray.
Yep.
Bruce Gender, and I mean, you had Alice Casanova.
Yep, for English. Yep.
I mean, you had a good basis up there.
Did you do a bug collection in Mr. Gray's class?
No, because when I was at Bishop Stang, I took biology as a freshman.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
And I had, and so in some respects, I was ahead of the curve.
Yep.
So,
did you end up taking classes then with sophomore or with juniors when you were a sophomore?
I had to go backwards, believe it or not, because I had biology as a freshman. They wanted me to take earth science as a sophomore.
Oh wow!
So they had me. So I mean, I wanted to take chemistry as a sophomore, like they do at Stang, but at the time they didn't allow it.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad. Yep.
But things are different now.
Yep. So let's talk. I want to talk a little. We jumped right into high school, but so you're from Bourne. How long has your family been here? Were your parents from here?
My father has been near most of his life.
Okay.
I mean, he lived in Wareham, I think, the first 1 year when he was first born. But
Yeah.
my father's a lifelong resident.
Okay. Yeah.
My mother summered here.
Oh, all right.
My mother grew up in Quincy and went to Archbishop Williams. And so on the weekends, my grandfather and grandmother would come down here to Taylor's Point.
Okay.
And my grandfather's older and younger brother and their mother all purchased homes here in Taylor's Point. My grandfather did the same thing. They all wanted a second home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and that was in 1953.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So.
And so, are you still in the Taylor's Point neighborhood?
Yeah, yes, I'm president of the association.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I've been for a long time.
Yeah.
And the house that I live in was my grandparents' old house.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And we're right on the canal.
Yep.
So I walk out the back door and on the water, and we have our own private beach. We're one of the few on the canal that has a private beach.
Wow. Do people swim? Is it cold?
Yeah. You can jump in and dip yourself and get wet and stuff, but I wouldn't want to go too far because it's a big drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before that lot we bought in '68 when the Academy expanded because we were done with Fifth Company is, and they took the property by eminent domain.
Oh wow.
So we had to buy out of lots elsewhere.
So their original house ended up getting taken by the Academy?
And
or?
Yes,
Okay.
by eminent domain,
Yeah,
and then we had to purchase it back from the Commonwealth and pay J.J. Bartley to move it.
Oh gosh.
I mean, my grandfather bought the lot for $7,500.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
And then you put the foundation, you got to move it.
So the original house exists. You actually moved the house just to a new location? Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
A lot of the houses on Taylor's Point have been moved.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of the houses that were on the Maritime campus are now down on Sunset Lane, which is off of Everett Road,
okay.
behind Town Hall.
Yeah,
A lot of those, what they did, they moved those houses down the Canal Road.
Okay. Did you grow up in that house of your grandparents?
Yes, what happened is my mother and father got married at a young age. They were 19.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
And so they had me early, and kids don't have much money, so they used the house on the canal.
Yeah.
And because my grandparents were only coming down on Friday and Saturday nights and going home.
Okay. And they were still going back to Quincy?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
And in '81, my parents built their own home up on Catskill Road, which is in Buzzards Bay as well. And then my grandfather bought the empty lot next door, just in case the Academy ever expanded again. He had a place to go.
Right. Right.
And so from '81 to like '85, '86, I was there. But after my grandfather died, my grandmother came down here full time, and she didn't want to be alone, so I ended up, being over there.
Oh wow, yeah.
And what would happen is I would get off the bus, go home, do my homework, go out with my friends, have my dinner, and then all of a sudden I'm being brought over by my grandmother and stay overnight.
Yep.
And then take the bus in the morning. So it's and so Academy Drive, for all intents and purposes, is all I've really known.
Right. So there's just a couple of years where you were at the other location. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So now, being with your grandmother like that, you must have developed a pretty close relationship.
Well, someone had to take care of her.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, of course, I got to take care of myself and everything else. But she was okay. She was independent in some ways, but she had a driver's license. Only drove once.
Oh wow.
Never drove again afterwards.
Really?
Had
Wow.
never written a check in her life.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Never went grocery shopping. I mean, the only thing she knew how to do was cook and clean, basically.
Right, right. So was all that on you as a young person, or were there other people?
Well, my mother's the only child, so we all shared in responsibility. But a lot of my friends also lived in Taylor's Point, so it was just easier just to stay there.
Yeah.
But it helped out. And as she got old, and as I got older, I had to do things for myself. She started going to Florida in winters, and meeting people and going dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but people would pick her up, or I'd pick her up in her home. But eventually, what happened is she was in Florida, late '90s, '97, fell off her bicycle.
Oh my gosh.
She was famous for the three-wheel bicycle around town.
Yeah, yeah.
And we found out she had high blood pressure and cholesterol issues that we never knew she had. So when she got back, I took her to Mass General, got her a primary care doctor in Boston, and come to find out she was diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's.
Oh, yeah.
And at that point, I literally had to be there. When I wasn't working or doing something for me, I had to be there. And then as she started progressing worse, someone had to stop being there full time.
Yep.
And then eventually, she was one of the first people in the Bridge in the Years program at the community building.
Say it again.
Bridge in the Years is a daycare, adult daycare center.
Yes, yeah.
And then and then in 2011 she became too much because it's a social daycare instead of a medical daycare program.
Yep.
By then she was home, and then we had to make arrangements to have someone in the house around the clock. Because she needed that care, and
Right.
and so someone was always there around the clock, and to the day she died.
Wow. When did you lose her, Peter?
October 29th. Patriots played against the Chargers that day. That's how I remember it. And she died at 6 o'clock at night.
Wow, just this past October, 2017. Yeah.
So I mean, family is family in the town are my two biggest things.
Yeah.
I mean, I give back to my town because my mother was a town employee her whole life.
Where did she work?
She would start off the library.
That's right. She met my mother at the library. Yeah.
And then from there, with the layoffs in '91, she went to work in Sandwich.
Okay.
And then when money became more available, she went back to the town, working at town hall with the planning board.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From there to the fire department, from there to COA, and then there the clerk, and then the finance department. People move around.
Yep.
And then she retired last year.
Oh, wow. So she did her whole career in service for the town.
And it was important to me to give back to my community that I love. And I've been doing that since 1996.
Well, how did you get involved? 96, you were still pretty young. I mean, you would have been really fresh out of high school almost, or college.
College,
Yeah.
but I went to college and never finished.
Okay. Where did you get started in college?
Cape Cod Community College,
Yep.
and then Stonehill College. And what happened is one of my good friends went in the military and at the reserves, and he retired as a lieutenant colonel. My other good friends worked for Tom Kahir, and then went on to work at the fire department. He's now one of our deputy fire chiefs in town.
Wow. Yeah.
So my thing was, I wasn't going to pass the physical going into the Army. I knew that I wasn't going to do that back then. I knew I didn't have the agility to pass fire or police. So I felt it was important to me to give back to my community in return.
How did you get started? What was the first thing that you did?
Moderator of the Buzzards Bay Water District.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And then from there I ran for Planning Board and Housing Authority in '96. And I did that to 2011. And during that time I served on many other appointed committees.
Yeah.
And then in 2011 I ran for Selectman, and I've been a Selectman and Sewer Commissioner ever since.
Ever since 2011. Yeah. Wow. Did you find it a challenge, especially in the early days? Like, you must have been the youngest person in the room most of the time, right? You're in your 20s. Did people take you seriously?
At first people didn't. They thought, they're like, you do what I say.
Right.
You know, I won't ever let you down.
Yeah.
You know, and I learned pretty quickly how to be my own person.
Yep.
Even being going on the Board of Selectmen, I was the youngest person.
Right.
And, you know, so everywhere I've been and served, I've been the youngest person in the room.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of people who are my age or younger, they're more concerned about career or double income and kids. You know, they have to work.
Right.
They have to take their kids, you know, to different events, if it's sports, theater, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So people don't have the time.
Right.
You know, it's not that they don't want to get involved, but just priorities take place over anything else.
Right.
That's why when you see people who are younger, or anybody that wants to get involved, you try to nurture them and get them to go.
And what do you think it was about your upbringing or your personality that made you be able to decide so young that you knew you wanted to be involved in civic life?
Because people said to me that I couldn't do it.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, they said with your, you know, I had a speech impediment growing up, and I still have it to some extent. But some people will never take you seriously because of the way you speak.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if you look at Tom Amino,
Right? I know.
Most successful boss in Meier
I
ever.
know, yeah.
He had a similar problem.
But they teased him. I mean, it was funny. Like even as an adult, successful mayor, he was teased for the way he spoke. So
But he knew it.
yeah, right. He just kind of rolled with it and made it. He kind of celebrated it himself rather than feeling bad about it. It seemed like.
When I ran for selectman the first time in 2011, I was being bullied,
Really?
even as an adult.
Wow. Wow.
About it. But there were kids back in school that remembered me from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it got to me, but I wouldn't show it.
Yep. Yep.
And but I guess persevered and moved on.
One thing that takes me by surprise, meeting people from school and in the town, more people than you'd think feel like they were bullied and that school was tough for them. Like even kids that looked like they had it easy and they were part of the in crowd, sort of felt pressure and felt like there was always that somebody looking and picking on them. And I don't know. Your daughter's is she 12 now?
12.
Do you think school has gotten better as far as that goes, or do you think it's the same challenges?
She has a similar challenge, and it's not for speech, but she was bullied this last year in school, and I found out from the principal.
Yeah.
And her mother, and because her mother and I are not together, and haven't been for a long time.
Yeah.
So we had to go up to school. We both had to go into school. We had to meet and everything else, and my daughter didn't want us to know.
Right. Right.
But the teachers were watching a kid that was going at her, and then the teachers intervened.
Yeah.
Which was a good thing. It's nice to know.
Right.
But,
well, just like the teacher that was, helping you when you were in high school. Yeah. Huh.
So it was, so, and Alyssa has her, she's a great kid,
Yeah.
And she's a social butterfly. I don't know how she keeps everything tracked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, she's a kid.
Yeah.
And, her mother and I broke down last year and decided to give her a cell phone at 11 years old.
And probably everybody has them, right? It's what the kids are all about.
Yeah, but we didn't, Alyssa doesn't know, but there's a tracking device on the phone, so we know what she's doing.
We can't let her watch this show.
But as far as safety.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yes, we have a tracking device. I don't even go on and check it.
Yeah.
I haven't from this day. I have the option. I know I could do it.
But
her mother does it.
Yeah, but if there's ever a moment where you didn't know where she was or she was late, you could find out where she was. Yeah, yeah.
She, it was tough when she, because, when she was born, because you were so used to doing things, a certain way, and then bang, all of a sudden you got a little one.
Right.
But, it's been a blessing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't change anything for the world.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I would love to change is have her love sports more, but nope, her mother ingrained in her from day one, sports is no good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Alyssa, you can do anything you want.
Right.
Whatever you want to do. Don't let your mother tell you what you want to do.
Yeah.
And she's like, Daddy, sports are for jocks. And I'm like, no, that's not true, Alyssa.
Right.
But it's what her mother ingrained in her.
Yeah.
But I think, she's old enough. She's starting to come out of her shell.
Yeah.
And do her own thing. So I'll support her whatever she wants to do.
Well, and I think that's ultimately the parents' challenge is that these kids, they're their own people, and you can sort of try to lead them a certain direction, but ultimately they'll do what they want to do and like what they want to like.
And as long as it's safe, that's all I care.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you get so into sports when you were younger? What was it from learning it from your dad, from your parents?
My father didn't play sports.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But he was an avid fisherman at one time, and worked with Tommy and Skippy Bauer. They all had their own boats. So it's but no, it's probably just
But you didn't get into fishing, or are you into fishing?
I do on occasion. I have a pole.
Yeah.
I go out back and I cast once in a while and I catch a fish, but I'm not out there all day, all night.
Right.
It's but my father and mother put me in little league and tennis, basketball and stuff as a young kid.
Yeah.
I tried. I know I wasn't good at it. I mean, I played pickup games in the neighborhood, but I wasn't on any leagues. Once I got out of little league, I was done.
Yeah. So you mentioned the Taylor's Point neighborhood a couple times with, you had kids there that you were friends with. Was it a tight group, the kids that were out there?
Yes, it was a very special place.
Yeah.
Because there was 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 families that had kids my age, and we all grew up together.
Yeah.
Some of them would come down on weekends. Some were there year round. But it was a neighborhood where if you walk outside and walk around, everybody knew who everybody was.
Yep.
You know, you could go. You could cut through neighbors' backyards to go into an open field to play
Yeah.
or to do something. You know, and the neighbors watched us all growing up. We all took care of each other. And that's why it was important to me to become the president of the neighborhood, because I knew what that neighborhood meant for us growing up.
Yep.
I mean, Eva Cardoza, Eva Sheehy now, Shauna Lundell, whose husband David is the dean or assistant principal at Bourne Middle
Okay.
School.
Yeah.
You got Laura McLean. You know, that's some of one. The Ford family don't live around here. It's the father and mother do, but like I said, one of the kids became a lieutenant colonel, and then in the Army Reserve before retiring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe Carrara Jr. Summered here until his point. Now he's a deputy fire chief. So it was the Rogowski family, DJ and Anthony, and his parents who had the Dolphin Inn.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Calcanuses,
Okay.
who owned Buzzards Bay House of Pizza, who lived on Taylor's Point for a while.
Yeah.
You start going up and down the list, and it was a very special place to live because we all grew up together.
Right.
And we all knew each other.
Yep.
And it was now in today's world, there's maybe 2 kids in the whole neighborhood. It's sad the way the neighborhood has evolved.
Yeah.
But for the time and period that we were all living there and growing up, it was, in my opinion, there was no better place to live.
What are some of your favorite memories from that time?
Well, as much as I wasn't, we just play baseball, we play basketball more noon and night. Our association had bingo for the kids who were younger every Friday night.
Oh, nice.
We would have bonfires and little campfires in the back and roasting s'mores.
Yeah.
Or just run around with. Back then it wasn't glow sticks, so we used some flashlights.
Yeah, flashlights. Yeah.
Or just our bicycles at the time. Or the beach. I mean, I can go on and on.
Yeah. Yeah. Was summer the most active time there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yes, because of the summer, they're seasonal residents.
Right. Right. Oh, so you would have friends that would come back year after year, and yeah.
Or weekends, and
Yep.
year round. But what's happening now with that neighborhood is a lot of the people who own houses were now in their 80s and 90s and dying off, and now the children having their children don't want it, and they're selling them off.
Yep.
So the neighborhood's evolving. The academy's expanding.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And people think that we as Taylor's Point are anti-academy. We're not anti-academy. We support the mission of the academy as an educational institution. It's just the other events that happens at the academy that are not academy events that the neighbors get upset about. Because it's one way in, one way out.
Right.
You can't get in and out of the neighborhood.
And so, what are the non-academy events, like weddings and things like that, or?
Well, you just got if it's PMS Challenge, if it's MS Society.
Right.
I mean, there's and there's others as well right now. But you become hostage in the neighborhood, and you hear people say, "Oh, it's only one day," and that's right. It's only one day, but it's not, because it's 3 days to set up, 3 days to take down.
Yep.
It's not just one day.
Yep.
And and the issue with the Scholar Fest, possibly coming to the academy. Some of the neighbors were really up in arms about it from a public safety standpoint, because vehicles couldn't get up and down the road.
Right.
Because a lot of the internal streets are too thin, too small, so you can't get an ambulance.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood is committed to finding a solution
To the Scholar
Festival.
Yeah.
And I've been in conversation with Maria Lever all the time.
Yeah.
I know this year Marie has chosen in the chamber chosen not to combat the Bourne this year, but that organization is through some transition right now, because Terry Stanley, who was the number 2 person and was responsible a lot for the Scholar Festival, has moved on to be the executive director of the Sandwich Chamber.
Okay.
And so, it's evolving. You may see different. You may not see the Scholar Fest as you know it.
Yeah.
But you may see it evolve into something different.
And that's tough because I know I have childhood memories of going to the Scallop Festival as it was last year was already so different than my idea of the Scallop Festival. You know, which was you'd go and your teachers would be cooking the food. You know, Mr. McHugh would be there, and you know, and it would be you know, like sort of smaller scale. And I think I'm a little bit nostalgic for the.
I am too.
Yeah.
We, you know, it left Buzzards Bay because it was expensive for the tent. Kids had to pay to put the tents up. The electric, you know, has to be brought in temporarily, but because of the drainage issues, you know, there were issues of keeping it safe. If it rains and wet and everything else, it floods.
Yep. Yep.
You know, it was more logistical more than anything else.
Yep.
Now, because of it, you have a new park.
Oh, really?
Buzzards Bay Park.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah, yeah, it's really coming along. Yeah.
Where you see all the playground equipment going now, the exercise equipment, the splash pad. That's where the Scallop Festival tents were.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
I mean, you're gonna have a brand new pavilion being put up in the next few months.
Yep.
That's where you're gonna see your concerts.
Yep. Yep.
Instead of the gazebo,
Yep.
it'll be in the pavilion.
Okay.
It'll be sheltered.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's talk of around the oval, of marking it. It's like 1/10 of a mile, 2/10 of a mile, 3/10. So this when people are walking, they know.
Yeah.
You know, they can track what they're doing. Buzzards Bay, as I know it, is changing.
Yes, I know.
Back in '85, '86, every storefront was filled. It was vibrant.
Yes, I remember.
Now it's desolate, dormant, decrepit.
Yeah.
And and I've been advocating to change that.
Well, and it feels like the park is a step in the right direction. I mean, it looks wonderful that, you know, there's a new hotel going in downtown, which, you know, hopefully would draw people in. But it looks like we still haven't found like the answer to the question of how to revitalize Buzzards Bay.
It's been going on for many years.
Yeah.
No one has the answer.
Right.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you just have to keep on plugging along. And revitalization has to be made with a partnership with the town, not just the developer.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm watching to see how much time we have left.
Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that. So would you say that the revitalization of Buzzards Bay is sort of the most important thing facing us these days?
Yes, and what's holding us back is the floodplain regulations.
Yeah.
Everything has to be built to flood code.
Yeah.
And so you have to be up 14, 16 feet.
Right.
So that's where the issue lies.
Right. So putting Baker's 5 and Dime back isn't a possibility because it would have to be raised up on stilts almost.
If you build more, if you spend more than 50% of the assessed value of the dwelling, you have to build a code.
Yeah.
And so that's where the problem would lie.
Well, Peter, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining me today. I enjoyed talking to you. I know we were, talking about current day problems in town wasn't our goal, but I really appreciate you sharing some of your early memories of your time in Bourne. And thank you for your public service to the town. It's much appreciated.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
And thanks for joining us today on A Window to Bourne. I'll see you next time.